Okay, let's just dive right in. Finals are right around the corner, and you know what that means? A whole lot of stress. But what if I told you there's a scientifically proven strategy that top students use, a way to actually remember more, study less, and walk into your exams feeling confident? Well, we're about to break that down, step by step. You know the feeling, right? You spend days, maybe even weeks, glued to your notes. You highlight everything in sight, you pull all-nighters, but the moment you sit down for the test, poof. It's like your brain just hits a reset button. If that sounds familiar, you are definitely not alone. And here's the thing, it's not your fault, it's the method.
So, first up, let's talk about Section 1, the study trap. To solve this problem, we first need to understand the trap that honestly millions of students fall into every single semester. And it doesn't start with a textbook. It starts with a feeling we've all had.
That overwhelming stress? It has a name: test anxiety. It's basically a type of performance anxiety that can totally sabotage your ability to show what you actually know. And here's the key. It's often a direct symptom of using the wrong study strategies. Your brain kind of knows that just staring at the material isn't enough, and that deep down uncertainty is what fuels the anxiety.
Does any of this sound familiar? That racing heart, the negative self-talk telling you you're not prepared, the total inability to just focus on a single question? Yep, these are the classic symptoms. But here's the secret. This anxiety is often a direct result of how we study, not how much.
And this is the absolute crucial point. The biggest error students make isn't being lazy or not being smart enough. It's using study methods that feel super productive, but are actually incredibly inefficient for your brain. This right here is the core of the problem.
Just look at this comparison. On one side, you have passive review. Rereading, highlighting. It's comfortable. It feels easy. On the other side is active recall, literally forcing your brain to pull information out of itself. It's harder, for sure, but it's the only one that actually builds strong, reliable memories you can count on during the exam.
And this explains exactly why passive review is so sneaky. When you reread your notes over and over, the content becomes familiar. Your brain recognizes it and gives you this false sense of confidence. But think about it. Recognizing something on a page is completely different from recalling it from scratch when you're under pressure.
So now that we understand the trap, let's talk about the solution. This is Section 2, the recall revolution. And I mean it. This is a complete shift in approach, grounded in over 100 years of cognitive science that will absolutely change the way you study forever.
And believe it or not, this isn't some new idea. All the way back in 1890, the legendary psychologist William James pointed this out. He noticed that trying to remember something with, as he put it, an effort from within is way more powerful than just looking at the book again. He was describing active recall before it even had a cool name. Today, we call this the testing effect or retrieval practice. And the science on this is crystal clear. The very act of trying to retrieve information from your memory is what strengthens the neural pathways for it. This means testing yourself isn't just for checking what you know, the test is the study session.
And the benefits here are just huge. Not only does it lock memories in for way longer, but it also shows you exactly what you don't know. No more guessing. Plus, it helps you apply concepts in new ways, and it actually makes it easier to learn new things down the road. It is a total game changer.
Okay, so how do we actually put this into practice? In Section 3, we're going to build your Smart Study Toolkit. I've got 3 powerful, super practical techniques you can start using literally today.
First up, let's get your time structured with the Pomodoro technique. It's so simple but incredibly effective. You just choose one task, like say reviewing a specific chapter. Then set a timer for 25 minutes and work with intense focus, no distractions. When the timer dings, you take a 5-minute break to reset. After 4 of those cycles, you get a longer break. This is perfect for active recall because each 25-minute block is like a focused sprint of pulling out information, making your study sessions way more efficient.
Next up, we have the Feynman technique, which is the ultimate test of whether you truly understand something. You start by picking a concept. Then you try to explain it out loud in the simplest terms you can, as if you were teaching it to a kid. You will immediately find the spots where you get stuck or use complicated jargon. That's the magic part, finding those gaps. Then you go back to your notes, fill them in, and try to simplify your explanation again. This process forces you to use active recall and guarantees you actually get the material. And finally, for a really quick and powerful retrieval session, try the blurting method. After you study a topic, just close your book and blurt out everything you can remember onto a blank piece of paper. Don't worry about making it pretty. When you're done, compare your page to your actual notes. The empty spaces on your page are like a perfect treasure map, showing you exactly what you need to review. No more guessing.
All right, you have the tools, you know the science. Now let's put it all together into a concrete plan for that final week leading up to your exam.
Here it is, your 7-day takedown. Days 1 and 2 are all about reviewing your material and flagging those weak areas. Then days 3 and 4 are your intense, active recall days. This is when you'll use the Feynman and blurting methods on your toughest subjects. Day 5 is crucial. Take a full practice exam under real conditions. By day 7, all the heavy lifting is done. All that's left is a light review and, most importantly, getting a good night's sleep.
And that brings us to the night before the exam. Seriously, your most important job is not one last-ditch cram session. In fact, that can hurt you more than help. Your most important job is to sleep. While you're resting, your brain is working hard, performing something called synaptic consolidation. It's basically organizing all that information you studied, building strong, lasting memories that will be ready for you the next day.
So this is really the whole thing in a nutshell. The old way relies on that illusion of familiarity, and it leads to forgetting under pressure. The smart way, the active way, builds real, durable knowledge through retrieval, giving you an accurate picture of what you know and setting you up for success.
And ultimately, this is about so much more than just one exam. Mastering these techniques doesn't just help you pass a class. It actually teaches you how to learn effectively for the rest of your life. And that is a skill that will serve you long after you've forgotten all the specific formulas or dates. So the question isn't just about acing your next final. It's about what this new understanding unlocks for you. With the power to learn anything more efficiently, what's the next challenge you're going to take on?